In the churn and tumult of ancient battlefields, where the clang of metal resounded through air thick with tension and desperation, humankind's inventive spirit flourished in lethal ways. The weapons born from this crucible not only determined the fates of empires and civilizations, but also demonstrated the remarkable ingenuity of our ancestors. These tools of war, crafted from necessity and refined through conflict, reveal a fascinating narrative of human ingenuity, strategic planning, and the relentless pursuit of domination. This essay delves deeply into history's arsenal, unearthing the 10 most momentous weapons that not only tore through the ranks of ancient armies, but also carved a permanent niche in the annals of military history. The fascinating journey through time will cover how these weapons were much more than tools of destruction. They were reflections of the societies that crafted them, embodiments of their fears, ambitions, and technological prowess. Each segment will illuminate the origins, usage, and lasting impact of these armaments, enriching our understanding of ancient warfare and its continuing influence on modern military practices and technologies. Prepare yourself for a gripping exploration of history's most deadly inventions. The composite bow archery's greatest leap. The composite bow, a marvel of ancient weapon engineering, was one of the first significant advancements in military technology. Originating around 2000 BC, it was prominently used by the Mongols, Persians, and Chinese. Its design, featuring a complex combination of wood, horn, and sinew, allowed for greater strength and flexibility, vastly improving range and power over earlier simple bows. While the weapon's mechanics enhanced battlefield effectiveness, its true impact was felt in the tactics it enabled. Armies could now engage at greater distances with improved accuracy, transforming the dynamics of open-field battles and sieges alike. This weapon's development was motivated by the necessity for mobility and long-range capabilities, traits essential in the vast expanses of the Asian steppes and the rugged terrains of the Persian empires. The chariot warfare on wheels. Regarded as one of the earliest forms of military transportation, the chariot revolutionized warfare with its introduction. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Hittites, and Chinese harnessed the speed and mobility of chariots around 1700 BC to dominate their enemies on the battlefield. Chariots not only provided a mobile platform for archers and spear throwers, but also played a psychological role, striking fear into the hearts of foot soldiers, unaccustomed to such rapid and dynamic assault strategies. Integral to their function was the combination of light construction and strong materials like wood and leather, which allowed for both speed and some degree of protection for the riders. The adoption of the chariot across various cultures exemplifies its effectiveness and the rapid spread of military innovations among ancient civilizations. The Greek fire. The Byzantine Flamethrower. One of the most mysterious and formidable weapons of ancient warfare was the Greek fire, used primarily by the Byzantine Empire during naval battles from the 7th century AD. This incendiary weapon, whose composition remains a closely guarded secret to this day, could continue burning while on water. The Greek fire was employed through tubes or siphons projected onto enemy ships and capable of causing irreparable damage. This weapon not only proved its worth in warfare, but also significantly bolstered the naval supremacy of the Byzantines, especially during critical conflicts like the Arab sieges of Constantinople. The invention of Greek fire was a direct response to the Byzantines' need to defend their extensive and strategically significant coastlines, showcasing ancient military strategy shaped by geographical and political imperatives. The gladius, Rome's blade of empire. The Roman gladius, a short sword that became synonymous with Roman legionaries, underscored Rome's military philosophy, close-range dominance. Introduced around the 3rd century BC, the gladius was instrumental in Rome's expansion, designed primarily for stabbing during tight formations like the famous Roman phalanx. The effectiveness of the gladius lay in its design, which allowed for quick, powerful thrusts with deadly precision, ideal in the disciplined hands of Roman soldiers. The psychological impact of facing rows of such blades, wielded by highly trained and organized troops, often decided battles before they fully began. This weapon's widespread adoption within the Roman legions was driven by its practicality and the tactical advantage it provided. highlighting how military needs directly influenced weapon development and military doctrine in ancient times. The siege tower, overcoming walls. The siege tower, or helepolis, was a towering masterpiece of ancient military engineering, first used by the Assyrians around 900 BC and later refined by the Greeks and Romans. These mobile structures were built to match the height of an enemy's city walls, allowing attackers to deliver troops directly onto the ramparts. Equipped with protective screens and sometimes armed with catapults on lower levels, siege towers were pivotal in some of the most legendary sieges, like those during the Peloponnesian War. Their construction required immense resources and ingenuity, reflecting the siegecraft warfare's evolution and the lengths civilizations would go to ensure victory. The siege tower not only changed the mechanics of siege warfare, but also represented the climax of an arms race in ancient military technology. The catapult masters of distance. The catapult, an iconic ancient weapon, was developed independently by various civilizations around the 4th century BC. It used tension, torsion, or counterweight mechanisms to launch projectiles at or over enemy fortifications, effectively changing the landscape of siege and field battle both. Greek and Roman versions, like the ballista and onager, were crucial in their military campaigns, capable of hurling large stones, fiery pots, and even psychological weapons like beehives or snake pots, sowing chaos and destruction. The catapult's development was driven by the need to breach fortifications from a distance, reducing the risk to besieging forces and altering the course of numerous historical battles through sheer destructive power and psychological warfare. The sarissa, a long pike used by the Macedonian phalanxes under Philip II and Alexander the Great, was pivotal in the formation of one of the most formidable infantry tactics of the ancient world. This weapon, measuring up to 18 feet in length, kept enemy soldiers at bay while Macedonian formations advanced with a lethal, impenetrable front. The strategic genius of the sarissa lay not just in its size, but in how it enabled a collective offensive and defensive posture, transforming individual warriors into components of a larger, cohesive unit. This tactical innovation allowed Alexander's armies to conquer vast territories, from Greece through Persia and into the fringes of India. Its introduction marked a significant evolution in the approach to infantry warfare, reflecting broader military and social changes, including the need for cohesive, disciplined armies capable of complex maneuvers. The khopesh, an ancient Egyptian weapon, is one of the earliest examples of battlefield artistry and utility merging. This sickle-shaped sword, dating back to 2500 BC, was both a symbol of authority and a practical weapon. It featured a curved blade that combined the forceful impact of an axe with the slashing capability of a sword. Used predominantly by the pharaohs and their elite guards, the khopesh was instrumental in the Egyptians' military engagements and their ceremonial life, often depicted in the reliefs that adorn ancient temples. The design of the khopesh was particularly suited to disarming opponents and breaching the shields and armor of enemies, illustrating the ancient weaponsmith's deep understanding of both metallurgy and human anatomy. The crossbow represents one of the most significant technological advancements in pre-modern military history. Developed during the Warring States period in China around the 5th century BC, the crossbow combined principles of mechanics and ballistics to deliver projectiles with deadly accuracy and force. The mechanical trigger system of the crossbow allowed for greater tension than could be manually held by a bowman, thus increasing both the range and the penetrating power of the bolt. This weapon could be used by relatively untrained soldiers to great effect, democratizing the battlefield to some extent by reducing the skill gap between novice and veteran soldiers. The strategic implications of the crossbow were profound, influencing the tactics of siege and open-field battle alike. Its ability to penetrate armor at a distance shifted the balance of power in infantry engagements, compelling a re-evaluation of military strategies and armor designs. Before the bow and arrow, there was the atlatl, or spear thrower, which emerged as a pivotal hunting and warfare tool among ancient cultures worldwide, from the Americas to Europe and Australia. Dating back to at least 20,000 years ago, the atlatl enabled a spear or dart to be thrown with greater force and distance than the human arm could achieve alone. The mechanics of the atlatl involve leveraging a longer throwing arm, effectively extending the thrower's arm to generate more speed and power. This technological leap allowed ancient warriors and hunters to engage targets at a safer distance, a crucial advantage in both survival and combat scenarios. The atlatl's impact on ancient warfare was significant, increasing the lethality and range of prehistoric infantry and altering hunting practices which mirrored tactical approaches in war. Its use across diverse cultures underscores the universal human drive to innovate for survival and dominance. The ancient weapons discussed not only served their immediate tactical purposes, but also left a lasting legacy that extends into modern military thought and technology. Each invention, from the composite bow to the atlatl, was a response to specific tactical challenges and reflects the strategic thinking of its time. These weapons shaped the civilizations that crafted them and influenced the outcomes of countless historical events. Their legacy is not merely in the museums or the quiet rust of archaeological sites. It is alive in the principles of war that govern modern conflicts and in the ongoing quest for technological edges in a constantly evolving battlefield. Ancient weaponry, therefore, offers more than just a glimpse into the past. It provides insight into the continuity of human conflict and ingenuity. The study of these formidable tools of war not only enriches our understanding of ancient societies, but also reminds us of the enduring nature of human conflict and the relentless pursuit of innovation in the face of adversity. As we continue to explore the past, the lessons gleaned from these ancient technologies will undoubtedly illuminate both our history and our future strategies in war and peace alike. The tapestry of history is woven with the threads of warfare and innovation, and each weapon discussed in this essay adds a rich, vibrant color to the story of human civilization. Through understanding these artifacts, we engage more deeply with the ancestors who shaped the world in which we now live, and the conflicts that continue to define much of our modern landscape.